Welcome to U.S. Immigration TV. Now, I know many of you have family members or employees who are stranded overseas waiting for their immigrant visa interviews. Well, there's some ray of hope from the Department of State or DOS Visa Office. Now, Charlie Oppenheim, who is the Visa Office Numerical Control Division Chief and who is the person in charge of setting the priority dates on the monthly visa bulletin, offered some advice and predictions for the coming months in terms of scheduling interviews and processing of cases at U.S. embassies and consulates. First, it is important that once your priority date is current, make sure your visa application is completed promptly, including submitting all the required documents and paying all the applicable fees to NVC. Now, this is called being documentarily qualified. And usually, the NVC sends a notice a few months early before the priority date is current to give people time to gather their documents and prepare. Now, sometimes the NVC asks a person to submit additional documentation. Now, even if their priority date is current, unless and until the person completes the required documentation or information, their case will not be queued up for interview. It just remains collecting dust, waiting for them to act. Now, Mr. Oppenheim said that the USCIS processed cases at the rate of approximately 7,000 to 8,000 per week in August and September of 2021. Now, even if the USCIS processes only 5,000 cases per week, combined with the immigrant visa processing abroad, it could result in using up all the estimated 280,000 employment-based visas before the end of the fiscal year. Right now, employment-based visas for most countries are current, meaning visas are readily available. However, if all the visas are used up, priority dates may have to retrogress or move backwards. Many consulates are increasing their processing rates of immigrant visas, which would also affect how quickly the number of visas are used up for the coming year. Overseas, there is, of course, a tremendous backlog for employment-based visas, and once embassies start clearing the backlog, it could be possible the annual supply of employment-based visas will be used up. Remember, there's only a limited supply of visas given out each year, and as the embassies open up and start interviewing more people, issuing more visas, they will use up the supply. Kind of like iPhones, if there's only a certain supply of them and there's too many people wanting them, they'll run out. Mr. Oppenheim predicts there will be a substantial increase in processing EB3 employment-based cases at the U.S. Embassy in Manila to address their backlogs, which is good news because right now, employment-based cases are basically queued up last for interviews, and there are so many Filipinos who are under petition with approved employment-based cases, and they're just sitting there waiting because, like, for example, Trump's immigration ban, the COVID lockdown. And this increased processing of employment-based cases could also include following to join family members, such as the spouse or the minor children of the worker. Now, this is great news because under the DOS previous prioritization for immigrant visa interviews, employment-based cases were supposed to be processed last. Now, it seems they will finally be taken off the shelf and slotted for interviews. Another prediction is that while the F2A petition, which is the spouse and minor children of immigrants, the priority date remains current, it could be possible to impose a final action date in the next 9 months. What that means is the F2A category may no longer be current for filing in the near future. Now, if your case has been stagnated at the embassy, or if your priority date is current and you have not received any notice from the NVC, you may want to consult with an attorney who can evaluate your situation and determine if the case is properly on track and, of course, documentarily qualified in order for your interview to be scheduled as soon as possible. I'm Michael Gurfinkel, and if you found this video informative, please make sure that you like, share, and subscribe because I will be posting more videos on various immigration topics, including developments in embassy interviews, because I know how important that is for so many of you waiting for so long for either yourself, your family members, or employees for that interview. So again, make sure to like, share, and subscribe so that you continue to be updated on most recent developments in immigration. Thanks for watching.